Guys, do you know there are health benefits of love? So those of you there who love, you now need to hear some of the benefits of somebody who is able to love. Hello guys, we are back on DUOL Podcast. Welcome back. This is a podcast where conversations take place, real conversations by real people, and growth begins. Now today, the topic that we are having today is about love, guys. I know many guys are interested in this topic because we are living in a world where love is hardly being seen or is hardly present in so many places. Why love? Love is important. First of all, let me define what is love. Love is a deep feeling of caring, a deep feeling of commitment to somebody or something. So I know that's familiar among many of us. And it's expressed in different ways. When you love somebody, you will express it in different ways. One, there's the emotional one, where you care about somebody, you're concerned. There's a connection with somebody, and there's an affection. You constantly want to be with the person. You constantly think about the person. You care and you're concerned about the person. When you hear they're sick, oh my, you'll worry. You can go sleepless night. Yeah? And that emotional and affection, and there's a connection. By the way, guys, I'm talking about true love. Okay? So one way of expressing is through emotions. Another way of expressing love is practical, where when you love somebody, you want to be there for them, you want to be kind to them. You'll forgive them when they step on your toes, you easily forgive them. You are concerned about their wellness, yeah? And even when they're going through difficulty, you're still there for them, yeah? So kindness, patience, forgiveness, gentleness, among others. So practical ways you want to help them, yeah, when they are in need. And then another third common way in which people express their love is spiritual. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 8 said, if you do not love, then you don't know God. Because God himself is love, guys. God himself is love. And here when we talk about spiritually expressing yourself, we're talking about agape. What is agape? Agape is an unconditional love, where you love people not because they are rich or poor or because they are your tribe or your color or whether they are fat or thin. You love them unconditionally, guys. This is unconditional love. And this was demonstrated by Jesus. He did not select people. He loved the prostitutes. He loved the tax collectors. He loved everybody, yeah? Irrespective of who you are. Now, you and I agree that that is one of the toughest love that we are able to demonstrate as human beings because we are human, yeah? Yet it is possible. We can desire for it, we can pray for it, and we can achieve it. I believe we can, okay? That is the unconditional agape love, yeah? So we are looking at ways in which this love we talk about can be demonstrated. Now, what are the common types of love that we have in society? Okay, the first one we talk about, let's talk about agape love, because that's the godly love. When we're looking at, there are about 7 or 8 types of love, but today I'll talk about 4 common ones. There's agape love that God desires us to have, yeah? And we are not perfect as individuals, yeah? But it would be nice to practice to love humanity, irrespective of who you are, whether you know the person or not. Just not loving the friends who take you out for a beer, or those who buy you treats, or those who give you pocket money, or etc. People who do not necessarily contribute to you in one way or another. And that is agape love. May we all pray that we are able, because I believe if we all had agape love, this world would be a wonderful place to live in. Because if we all had agape love, we would not struggle or we would love and concern, we'll have love and concern for everybody else. So it's not like it's me only who will employ myself and my friends because my job, I want it to be better than my neighbors. There's that competition issue, We would not be competing with each other. We would not be jealous, of each other, because we will love. And let me tell you guys, if everybody loved each other, this world would be a beautiful place. And the rich people who fear maybe that if they love, if others come up, then their business is at risk. No, you become even richer. If everybody has a job, then the rich people or the hardworking people will still earn more, and everybody will be happy. You'll be able to sleep in your house with the door open. You don't have to lock it. You don't have to engage security guards. You'll be able to walk freely because everybody will be able to have something. Because if you love somebody, you will help build your neighbor financially. You'll help build your neighbor socially and in other ways. Okay? Because it's not right that when you're so wealthy, then your neighbor's there and doesn't have. And here you are, if you really love them, you'd care for them, in one way or another, and help build them up, okay? I really believe the world would be a better place. Then the second type of love that we're going to talk about is family love. That is the love you have for your brothers and your sisters. And guys, many of us have this family love. They call it storge, This family love where it is natural. We are born with it, where you love your mother, you love your father and mother will love you. You love your brother, you love your sister. But let me tell you the truth, guys. There are many, many families where that love is missing, even within the family. And it's so, so sad that a brother can hate his own brother, or sister hate her own sister, or undermine her own sister for simple things. It could be resources, it could be land, it could be jobs, it could be relationships, Relationships, somebody wants to date her sister's husband, He's jealous of our own sister, so tries to now undermine that marriage. These are very common things that are happening. Or brothers who are killing each other or fighting each other because of land and other issues. Things that will remain in this world when you die, for example. When you die, you're not going to carry your piece of land. You're not going to carry your plot. So family love needs to be there. And unfortunately, for those cases where it's missing, please strive to be able to love each other, because ultimately, as a family, it is yourselves that you will be able to support each other. Ultimately, of course, yes, you have friends and others, but family is the basic unit, that exists, that will be able, at least you're assured of support and love, through whatever difficult circumstances that you're going through. So guys, that's family love. What is the third type of love we normally talk about? Friends. Friends are very important, and friendship is very good, because when you have friends you can rely on, you have people whom you trust, people who can be loyal to you, people who can be reliable, and people who can help you. And guys, friends are so important in situations where even your own family lets you down. Friends can come in when you're sick. Friends can come in case you have a loss and funeral. Friends can come in when you just need someone to talk to. You're depressed, you're low. Yeah. Or friends can come in when you need fun, guys. You need to go out. You want to be happy. You want to laugh. You want to go partying, in nice places. And we are human beings. We need to be able to be sociable, especially in healthy ways. Partying with the right people, yeah, visiting people, going out to shop and other things. So friendship is essential. That's one of the third one that I was going to talk about. Then, of course, guys, I cannot miss to talk about romantic love. I know a lot of people are interested in this type of love. And this is emotional attraction based mostly on physical and emotional connection. Mostly men and women, yeah, between in marriages and outside marriages, those people who are dating, yeah. Last time I talked in a podcast about dating and healthy, stable relationships, and I mentioned that naturally it is okay for young people when they grow and become adults to have attraction for each other and form friendships, yeah, so that some of them will end up with romantic love. Now, that kind of love is good, it's healthy, it enables you to form relationships that ultimately and hopefully, God willing, lead to a stable relationship and a marriage. Yeah. And thereafter, you bear children and it continues. So, romantic love is very exciting and it's also healthy. However, in the same romantic love, there's a lot of people who suffer pain. They suffer hurt because they are hurt, because you find there's infidelity, there's unfaithfulness, and there's exploitation where, that romance made you really make the wrong decisions. You are so happy, you felt in love with, and girls, ladies are easily fall in love with guys and become so emotionally attached, yeah? And sometimes you might find that that guy does not respond in the same way, okay? Or you end up being exploited. So sometimes romantic love can lead to painful relationships. Now, some people will ask, can romantic love continue in a marriage? Because some people say, no, I'd rather just have a relationship and not get married. I just enjoy this romance because when I get married, it will be boring. Oh, yes, it can. If the married couple purpose to rekindle the fire, even after marriage. In many marriages, guys, you get married, the minute you've been married now, you stop looking good. You used to take care of yourself, nice dress, lipstick and that kind of thing, good shoes and perfume and all that when you are dating. Then you get married and now nimefika. So you now relax. You now maybe don't take care of your appetite. You overeat. So both of you now end up gaining weight. You're not as handsome or as beautiful as you are when you are dating. And then the nice things you used to do, you now slow down, you stop going for dates. Those of you who are watching this and you're married, how many of you are going for dates with your spouse? How many of you look for romantic times, with your spouse? Remember the good old days when you met each other, your hearts were throbbing, you longed to be together. And now all that is gone? That's not right. So even in marriage, try to continue to have romantic love, romantic relationship. Sometimes just take off in the weekend and just making sure your kids are fine. Just go and have fun and come back. Okay? So we are going to continue. We're just going to have a short break and we're going to continue to the second part of love. I hope you guys are enjoying this topic. See you.
Molo, molo, molo. Molo, molo, molo. Molo, molo, molo. Molo, molo, molo. Molo, 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 me oh give my baby baya. Molo, 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 me oh give my girl no grenya. Molo, 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 me oh give my chayo jara.
Yes, welcome back to the topic about love. So we described the types of love, the different types of love and the way they're expressed. Now we're going to look at the benefits of love. Guys, do you know there are health benefits of love? So those of you there who love, you now need to hear some of the benefits of somebody who is able to love. That includes 1, stress management. You all know that stress is so common. Stress contributes to so many things, and all of us are stressed, yeah? A little stress is not so bad. A little stress enables us to wake up, work, and do things. But when we have no stress, you become like a flat balloon, yeah? But when it's too much stress, it will make us sick. So they have done studies where they compared one group of people who are in love with somebody somewhere, something, yeah? And they compared another group who were not loving anything as such, and they found the group who had love, especially for people, yeah, had better stress and were coping better and were living longer, yeah, and managing their health well. So it's scientific. Love reduces stress, yeah? And oppositely, hate, anger, and bitterness make you more sick, make you have a shorter life, make you suffer more, okay? And have ulcers, blood pressure, and all these lifestyle diseases that are likely to affect you, yeah? So that's one of the things. Stress goes down. And when stress goes down, it's automatic that mental disorders like depression, which is right now one of the commonest mental illnesses we have in the world, and anxiety also go down. They say about 1 in 4 people in Kenya have a mental disorder, and the common ones, anxiety, depression. So among those of us watching this, I'm sure you may have some element of mental disorder. Let's not feel embarrassed about it. When you accept you have a condition, then you seek help and you manage yourself better than denying it, yeah? So we need to know that when you love, you're less likely to have depression and less likely to have anxiety, okay? As a medic, that's a prescription. I may not write it physically that I give patients, but I encourage people to reach out to love somebody, yeah? And also be loved, yeah? Because they say those who are loved actually do better. Another benefit is the immune system. You know, when your stress levels are low, when you love people around, you're actually healthier. The many colds and coughs and homas that you catch, because your white blood cell level is low because of stress, you find there are not as many when you love. There are not as many when you have less stress, yeah? So your immune system is stronger. So you're able to be protected against lifestyle diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and even illnesses like cancer and other diseases tend to affect people who have low immunity and more stress, guys. I'm talking about prevention. Don't get tired. Then another thing is you're likely to have better sleep. When you love and you have less stress, you'll be able to sleep better. Although there are those who struggle You know, when you love so much, you just think about the person, you think, hey, it does not leave your mind. Guys, try to get good sleep. What is good sleep? Sleep at least between 6 and 8 hours a day and in the night. And in that room where you're sleeping, make sure there's total darkness, switch off the phone, switch off internet, yeah? And have blinds that lock out all the lights so you have such sweet sleep. And wake up in the morning, yeah, to continue loving the people that you love, yeah. So good sleep, and that helps. You have less risk of being addicted to alcohol and drugs and other things. Because a lot of guys who get onto alcohol and drugs have underlying stress issues, have underlying depression and stress, have problems with loving people. First of all, even loving themselves. And a lot of these guys are battling with even self-love, yeah? So if you cannot even love yourself and love people, you're going to be sick, guys. You're going to be sick. So as much as possible, we want, you're going to be safer, in a better position when you're somebody who has genuine love for others. And then you'll be happier. Guys, you know how it is nice to be happy? It is nice. You know, you ask so many people, how many of you are happy? I'm telling you, not so many people are happy. And guys, we need to be happy. Life is actually short for most people, but we need the few times, years that God has given us. Let's be happy. And love just gives you foundation for happiness. It's nice to be happy, guys. It's nice to be happy. And then when you have love, then you're likely to have a longer, happier marriage, especially both of you. Both of you love each other and love others, yeah? Longer and happier marriage. And it's likely to spread on to the children as well, yeah? So the fruits that you're going to produce in that marriage are going to spread to the kids, yeah? From the womb. Guys, make sure that your wife is happy so that she loves you and you love her. So the baby in the womb gets the vibes. The vibes, so that when the baby is born, already that chubby baby is going to grow happy. And already you find the chart for good health is laid down. It's not by accident. It's scientific. Okay? So those are some of the benefits, and many more. I cannot mention them all. So those of you who are looking for a good health and fitness, yes, I know you're going to the gym. That's fine. Yes, you're trying to eat well, and the social media is full of good diets and all that. But first and foremost, remember, just ask yourself, whom do I love? If you can have 4, 5, 6 people you love, that's a beginning, you know, and that will really help. So as we continue with this discussion, and we're about to finish, I'll have some tips on how we should move on in our lives. Like I said, try to look for people to love. There are those you already love anyway. You love your mom, your dad, your brother and sister, and your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend for that matter. But try to explore ways to love other people, maybe those you don't know, or other people who are in need or in trouble. It does something. It does something. And you can demonstrate it not just in the emotional way, but a practical way. A practical way is, for example, giving donations like food, yeah, to people who are needy or hungry, yeah, or helping pay fees for an orphan in a school, okay, or going to help wash or clean the garden or the compound for a neighbor who you find they're too elderly, they don't have house help. Yani, doing something good for somebody in need. Guys, that, I'm telling you, I'm not just saying it because I'm saying it, but it works amazing things. When you do something good for somebody, you just see what it does to you. Try it and see. And by the end of the week, ask yourself, what good thing have I done for somebody? And guys, if you haven't done anything good for somebody for the whole week. I'm not judging you. I'm not saying you're bad, but just be concerned, because let me tell you, it does something good to you. Try it out. Okay? So doing something good, loving somebody, helping somebody, and do not harbor negative emotions or feelings in your mind, in your heart. I think somebody will annoy you, for sure. People annoy us, yeah? But make sure by the time you sleep, that anger has gone, okay? And it's difficult to remove it on your own, you know. Maybe one way is to approach the person and say, I'm sorry, yeah? Or I didn't mean to hurt you, or I didn't mean to do whatever I did to you. That's one. Actually approach them and apologize. That is one way. Another way is maybe you don't see them again. You'll not see them. You met in the corridor and that's it. Sometimes that's where God comes in, and it's scientific, you know. Pray to God and just ask him, forgive me for having upset that person whom I didn't know. I insulted him. I handled him badly, something, you know, and it offloads anger, offloads. Oh, help me recover. Help me forgive. Yeah. Calm me down. Help me recover from this anger. Yeah. And it's hard on your own, guys. Sometimes you need supernatural help from God. And I'm telling you, if by the end of the day you can do that, you have such a sweet sleep. Yeah. And you feel good. Yeah. So, those are ways in which you can seek help. And then, guys, in our lives, as we want to be happy and want to love, let's love ourselves. How do you love yourself more? Engage in hobbies, things you enjoy. Others like art, others music, others dancing, others journaling, others singing. I myself, I sing gospel music, and let me tell you, I have a testimony about my gospel music. It's changed my life. Yeah. And from the time I started singing gospel music, I had I was actually unwell, and I nearly died sometime 2025, 2024, 25. But then from the time I started singing gospel music, and from the time I started doing these podcasts, I'm telling you, I feel reborn again. I feel a baby once again, full of energy and vitality. It has done something to me, and I'm a living example as I talk to you. So guys, I'm not just talking about some theoretical topic. This is a real topic, practical, of which I myself have gone through. And guys, I just want to love people. I want to love, you know. And I love the podcast because I'm able to reach to so many people and help so many people. And maybe that's one way I feel I'm expressing my love. I don't know. God knows, right? And as we continue, so hobbies. So basically, enjoy the things you do every day. Make sure you do something good for somebody. And for any other assistance, I'm available, and I'm happy to be able to assist anybody who needs help, whether it's depression, whether it's anxiety, whether it's a direction in terms of a spiritual journey you need to take. Yeah? All this is scientific, guys. And all this is real. I'm happy and I'm available. And as I wind up, I just want to say there's a contact I'm going to leave below. We're going to leave on this podcast. Please contact me should you need any information on the number below. Otherwise, I'm so happy. And if you have enjoyed the topic and you've benefited from what I've shared today, please share with others. Remember to subscribe. And see you in the next podcast. Ciao.